Hey, you already listened to Matt's episode earlier this week. We got into the weeds on self-directed IRAs, on all these acronyms, UBIT, UDFI, and solo Ks, and your mind exploded with awesomeness because you saw all the potential there. But I have Matt back on the show once again, and I threw a wild question his way. And it is completely different than the investment practice because remember, Ask Me How I Know is about real estate and mindset. And so, Matt, I'm curious for you. Welcome back, by the way. Let me not just talk. Welcome back.
I'm a two-time guest. I like this. I'm back.
Isn't that great? It's like you get
great.
to come back.
Yeah.
And I'll have you back again next year also. Okay.
Okay. All right. Deal.
Matt, mindset is really powerful in anyone's success personally and professionally. And I'm wondering what along your journey has been like one mindset shift out of the many that I'm sure were there that's really helped your trajectory.
So this is a recent one. I've been a big goal setter and I've been a big believer in myself, that I'm like, and sometimes I'm a little too overconfident to my own demise. But one problem I've had to deal with is in my company, Directed IRA, we've been growing super fast. I hire a new person every other week. We're adding like almost 50 accounts a day sometimes. Like it's a busy, fast growth business, and it's been a little overwhelming. The biggest mindset shift I've had, though, that's really been important is realizing I'm actually not that smart. I'm not that great. There's a lot of other people that I need to rely on and bring into my business and let go of things. I think, I kind of like started small and did everything. I was marketing, I was accounting, I was legal, I was sales, in many ways. And it's like a very small 3-person team to start. And just having to change my mindset that like, I got stuck that I had to do everything because I know how to do this and I would do such a better job than anyone else. And it was total bullshit. I mean, it was like, that was not the reality. And realizing other people's talents, while they may do it differently, they're going to have the same effect and many times better than if I did it. And so that's been the biggest shift that's really helped me, like in the most recent year, growing my business and having success, is realizing you're not that great. Get other people involved, find their talents and let them do it. And they may fail first few times. I mean, I did on all these things, but they'll eventually grasp it and they can take it to another level that I couldn't even have done.
What a profound tip. It's so hard to let go though.
I
mean, you raised this when I turned my podcast over to an editor after editing for a year on my own, right? It was like, okay, here's and trusting that it's going to be okay, it's going to fly. And allowing the editor to work magic in their own way. It's real. Yeah. So what's a tip that you would have for people who are, they're clutching at whatever it is, I have to do all of this myself. Entrepreneurs are like number one, they're champions at holding on to everything. So how did you let it go?
I realized that there wasn't enough time in the day to do everything and I had no work-life balance. And so I realized if I wanted to get the things I knew needed to be done that were unique that I needed to do, the relationships, the things that needed to happen, the recruiting and certain things, I had to let go of the other stuff. Otherwise, I was going to stay the same small business, operator runs the whole thing, and we wouldn't be able to grow and scale. So I had to it was just kind of this, I had to just kind of wave the flag and be like, I can't do this anymore. This is dumb. I'm imposing it on myself. I'm the problem. It was like, I just had to settle in on that. Yeah, I had to settle in on that and just be honest about it. Like, you do just got to let things go. And because like that, the podcast, same thing here. I've had to go through that. Is now think of the time you're using that you're not editing. Like you're adding way more value to the things you're doing by those things than editing your podcast.
Yep.
I mean, I could give you 100 things of dumb stuff I would do, that I think's important and is, but I don't need to do it. I
But
just think
it's
I'm
so
like so great.
fun. I love it. I just want to do it. You know, I had to work through that. I'll edit mindset episodes that I produce. I'll edit some of my stuff from time to time. But it's a matter of, like you're saying, okay, well, is that your hobby? Or do you
Yeah.
want to be spending your time with building the relationships in your life, you know, personally and professionally? Or yeah, you really have to. I don't even know where I had the time to edit at this point. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
how did I do that?
Yeah. I'll give you one other thing that really helped me too. And this is something that I've kind of believed in for a while, is like, I always say, like, think of the person you want to be and then do everything in that day that person would do. So like from when I wake up, like what time I get up, what clothes I wear that day, whether I work out or not, what I'm eating that day, who I'm spending my time with, like what I'm doing at work. Like I think of like the person I want to be. I'm like, what is that person doing in that day? And so there's all these moments through my day when I'm aware of that. Is like the person I want to be is not doing this stuff. These are the things that person should not be doing, regardless of the food I'm eating or the workout I may have skipped. But like in my work day, I'm just like, I try to be aware of like, okay, I'm trying to be a leader, grow and build an organization. Does that person do that today? No, that person does not do that today. And I'm like fighting with myself to be like the person I want to be instead of in my rut of what I'm doing every day.
That's such a profound, another knowledge bomb dropped right there.
Yeah.
Because it's true. And I won't lie, there are times where I've asked myself that question and I'm like, no,
right.
no, you're not doing it, girl. Step
right.
it up.
Like, and I do see that. I really try to see myself as like, who do I want to be? And it really goes down to like, even like the clothes I wear. I'm serious. Like I would look at my wardrobe and I'm not like a clothes snob or anything, but I'd be like, I don't like half of this crap. Why do I wear it? I just do. And it's like the same thing with my work stuff. Why am I doing all this crap? I just do it. It just because I have, and it's just there, and it's just the flow of stuff. And it's like, you got to change the flow of your life. And I think if people can think of uh, like who do I want to be and what am I doing every day? Like from when I wake up to go to bed. And I think you can be a little more aware, and that's really helped me get rid of the stuff that I don't want to be doing to put myself into more productive things.
That's such a great bonus tip right there. I'm spacing out on his name. Have you read or listened to, highly recommend listening to it, not for kids, Big Money Energy?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'll have to listen to that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I highly recommend, because he speaks to this. I'm like, if I could look on my Audible library, there we go. Ryan Serant is the author of it. But anyhow, I think you'll enjoy it. It's very entertaining, but he speaks to this. He speaks about as he was becoming, one of the top realtors, agents in New York, in Manhattan. Yeah. He was adopting a lot of what you're saying and, dressing a certain way down to, he tells a story about his shoes in one of the chapters.
Okay.
So anyhow, but there's something to that. I always say it's like putting on a uniform, and who do I want to be today? If you're just showing up and, well, I do wear jeans, but, and I am wearing a t-shirt. So, but, it's like, I wear something specific because it puts me in a mentality no different than somebody stepping on a football field or whatever it is. Like, dress for the occasion, dress for success.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll definitely have to check that out.
And I love
a good audiobook. So.
Oh, you will be laughing. It's fantastic. For my wonderful audience, please note that that book has very colorful words in it. So if you are one of my listeners that listens with kids around, not one that you want to listen to with kids. I do have to put that asterisk there. Matt, thank you again for joining us for a rebound episode and just sharing a little bit of what's helped your mindset.
My pleasure. Thanks, Julie.
Awesome. And with just one more time, just drop plugs to where people can catch you.
I'd love to. Yeah. So go to directedira.com. That's my company where we're helping clients use their retirement accounts to invest in real estate, crypto, other alternative assets. And my books, the Self-Directed IRA Handbook, where you can learn all about that. It's sold 30,000 copies. You can find it on Amazon or at my website, sdirahandbook.com.
And make sure, if you haven't listened to the full episode released earlier this week, make sure you go back and listen to that. And you're going to just be wowed because you're going to understand things that you didn't understand before. Until next time, everyone, take that step, go find your freedom. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Ask Me How I Know. This episode was brought to you by 3 Keys Investments. They are dedicated to helping people like you, you, my awesome listeners, develop passive income and legacy wealth through multifamily investing. Feel free to check out their website, 3keysinvestments.com, to see if there is an offering that will help your portfolio grow and meet all of your needs. If you haven't already rated, reviewed, subscribed, liked, all of those bells and whistles, I would be absolutely honored if you would do that for Ask Me How I Know. Thanks again, and go make it a great day.